Hey everybody, MorbTron here. Today we are looking at the new kinetic hand cannon offered in Season of the Worthy to Season pass holders through the IO Warmind bunker. This is the 7th Seraph Officer Revolver. I know it's a mouthful as far as the name goes, but this thing is actually quite fun to use in PvE. Now it is a 180 RPM hand cannon, so it's not the most competitive weapon to use in the Crucible, but I imagine on console it will still be seen out there just because 180s are actually quite popular on console. Not so much on PC, where things like Spare Rations and Dire Promise rule the hand cannon meta. But this specific role here, having 4 times the charm and multi-kill clip, is actually pretty fun to use in PvE for the time that I used it. Now if you couple it with the armor mods that allow you to spawn in Warmind cells potentially off of enemy combatant kills in PvE, you can do things like gain bonus weapon damage against enemies that are near the Warmind cell. Or damaging the Warmind cell creates a burst of suppressing void energy. That sort of thing. There's a lot of utility to these Warmind cells, or you can just shoot them and they explode, and they have a very, very large explosion radius, and they do a lot of damage. Very fun to use. Explosions are fun. But as far as 180s go, this is probably one of my more favorite ones, because for whatever reason, this hand cannon being a 180 and having the 180 RPM archetype hand cannon recoil animation doesn't bother me as much. Other hand cannons like Trust, Luna's Howl, Not Forgotten, their recoil animation just bothers me. And although this one has the same recoil animation, I think it's because this hand cannon is so narrow and doesn't impede your vision as much as those beefier hand cannons do. Granted, Trust isn't all that beefy either, but that has to be a close second as far as 180s that I actually enjoy using go. But this one just, it feels good. It's got a lot of handling to it, and the recoil animation, for whatever reason, doesn't bother me as much. I've never been a fan of that recoil animation. But the big downfall for this specific 180 in Crucible isn't going to be its archetype at all. It's actually going to be its trait set that it can get. Now, the magic combination of traits usually for a hand cannon in the Crucible is having something like a reload perk and a damage increasing perk on the weapon. And this one can get a reload perk and a damage perk, but they happen to be on the same slot in the weapon. Now I have multi-kill clip on this, which is the only damage increasing trait. It does have high impact reserves, but that's really not going to do much for it. It's not really a damage increasing perk. It technically does increase the damage, but it's not one of the magic things like kill clip, multi-kill clip, rampage, or swashbuckler. And out of those 4, it can only get multi-kill clip. It can also get feeding frenzy, but it's in the same slot as multi-kill clip, so you can't get both at the same time. Now you can get other things that pair up with multi-kill clip decently. You can get threat detector, which will increase your reload if enemies are within 12 meters of you. But that's just the thing. Enemies have to be close to you. You can also get firmly planted, which is interesting on a hand cannon, especially a 180, because they already have a lot of stability. So increasing that stability even more, it comes to a point where there's just diminishing returns on the amount of stability that the weapon can have. And it can get things like Vorpal weapon and stuff, as well as timed payload, which is just like a delayed explosion version of explosive payload, which could help the hand cannon out, but again, both of those traits land in the same slot as multi-kill clip. So having something like timed payload, having an explosive payload on the weapon does kind of pseudo increase the range, just because some of that bullet damage is broken off and is explosive, meaning that its damage fall off doesn't exist, and thus increasing the range of the weapon. That could technically help and does cause more flinch as well, which will help in duels, of course. So that's something to keep in mind as well if you don't happen to get a multi-kill clip roll, which is the, again, only real damage increasing trait this weapon can get. And this weapon also is a hand cannon where you cannot change out the sights, you change out barrels. So if you're going for a absolute maximum range roll on this weapon, you're going to want to get something like full bore accurized rounds with a ranged masterwork. And if you're going for something that's good enough, you can always switch out full bore with something like just hammer forged rifling, which does not have any negative effects if you don't want to hurt your stability and handling. But all out range has to be full bore, which if you're going to use it on PC, that's pretty much the role you're going to be going for. On console, you probably do want to keep that stability, so hammer forged rifling will probably be your best bet there, coupled with accurized rounds with a ranged masterwork. And unfortunately, I got tactical mag and I got a reload masterwork, which does not really help me all that much as far as hand cannon duels go in the Crucible. So yeah, it's the standard 7th Seraph weapon problem where the traits and the perks that the weapon have and the archetype overall are not as good as other weapons that are already in the game. But the added bonus and the saving grace of any of the 7th Seraph weapons is that you can use the Warmind cell generating mods in PvE. So there you have it. That is my review. It is a fun hand cannon to use in PvE, but in the Crucible, I would stay away. But it is still a very viable weapon if you do get the correct roll, and it can have some very unique perks to it, like Vorpal weapon, which I'm not really a fan of. I don't really plan on trying to out-duel supers with a primary, but if you'd like to, you certainly can try. But that's it for the video. If you liked it, leave a like button for me. I'm going to let the rest of this Crucible match play out. But do not forget to have a good day, everybody, and I will catch you all next time. Of course, they got me with spare rations, because spare rations. It's hard to out-duel the best hand cannon in the game. Oh, they have explosive hammers. Ah, damn it. Alright, time to try.
You captured Zone B. Zone advantage is yours. Zone C captured. Power play. Keep the pressure on. Zone A lost. They've taken your lead. Get it back. You're in the lead.
Shotgun to the booty hole. Coming to B to help.
3 minutes.
I was shot in the face. I would like to file a formal complaint.
Keep this up and the battle is yours.
Okay, where'd my bullet go? Again, formal complaint.
You captured Zone A. That's a power play. You took them. Now hold.
Ow. You caught an arc staff in the booty. Arc staff coming to you, Ducky.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
One sec here, Ember. Alright.
Make them fly. Zone B lost. Double down.
Haha!
A well-fought victory.
Alright. Did pretty good with the hand cannon. Gotta say, it's pretty lackluster, pretty pretty not great as far as hand cannons go, but it is a 180, and I am on PC, so dueling other hand cannons, going up against other things like literally any auto rifle, you're going to have a hard time with that. But did pretty good, but I had to do a whole lot of concentrating in that game, thus the not too much talky during the game there. But it did okay. I would like to get a better roll on it and give it a try. As far as 180s go, it is probably one of my favorite as far as, you know, just overall design and recoil goes and stuff like that. A lot of 180s just don't, the barrel like kicks up too high. I don't know. I don't like the recoil animation on 180s, and they're just not competitive compared to 150s or even 140s. So there we go. But as far as the Seraph weapons go, in PvE, I would rather use this than the auto rifle. So there's that. It's better in PvE, in my opinion, than the auto rifle, just because, well, mine's got 4th times the charm and multi-kill clip, which is good in PvE land for red bar enemies and stuff like that. But that is it for this video. If you liked it, hit the like button for me. I would greatly appreciate it. If you are new here, subscribe for more Destiny 2 shenanigans. But don't forget to have a good day, everybody, and I will catch you all next time.